All right. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? I'm Jonathan Dunkerley. Let me just make sure that everything is streaming correctly. Just double checking. Are we live? Let me just make sure I'm not seeing myself live. Okay, there it is. You sure this audio is working? Okay, cool. All right, it's working now. Cool. Just had to catch up on it. Cool. So, my name is Jonathan Dunkerley, and I'm going to show you a little bit about how I am using AI tools to help me make passive income with things like affiliate marketing with DeFi, but mainly in this video, I'm going to be focusing on affiliate marketing using things like AI tools to build leads and using those AI tools to build content that gets me leads, which then I could then market to through things like my email list and actually make passive income and money on autopilot because that's what we're about. We're not about not trading our time for money, right? We do not want to trade our time for money. So let me see. All right. So a couple things that I'm going to be going over today. So if you want to follow along with everything that I'm doing, I actually do have a checklist. Let me see if I can just bring it up real quick. Is this the right one? Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's just not showing. Man, this is kind of here. Let me just. There we go. Oop. Here, let me fix this real quick. Sorry, that's way too big. But that's still wrong. Hold on. I'm just trying to get everything so it works properly on. I'm just another layer. There you go. Application cover, maybe. No, that's the wrong application. There we go. Let's try that. All right. What this is the there we go. Sorry about that. That's so this is a checklist that have been working on for a long time. I got it from somebody else initially, and it's kind of become its own beast. So if you want to grab this checklist, it is at aiprofitchecklist.com, which it's again aiprofitchecklist.com. Paranoia that there we go. So this it's just a regular landing page. Don't worry, like yeah, and if you just enter in your information, this is how marketing works. But the key thing is that this is one of the ways that I actually build my email list is doing live streams like I'm doing right now. And I enjoy showing people how I'm doing my work. And sometimes just looking over somebody's shoulder is all they need in order to kind of get them past that initial not finished, get them started because they just need kind of that imprint or not that imprint. So they need a template. So what we have here in this checklist, it's just a Google Sheet. And when you do that, I'll send you the Google Sheet and some other resources to help you just copy what I'm doing. So I use a tool called High Level first off in order to basically do my own, like I used to use a whole bunch of different tools. High Level is by far, it covers so many different things that I used to spend money on a whole bunch of different tools. I used to spend it on a whole bunch of different things that I can now just do with just one tool in like in the form of high level. I could do it with one tool versus doing it with a whole bunch that I have to pay. So yes, it is a paid subscription tool, but I use it all the time, and I've actually been able to cut down on hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of other tools that I use because I'm using high level. And so things like scheduling out shorts and image posts and text posts onto different platforms as lead gen, or scheduling things out on my emails, or you could have text follow up instead of just emails. All of that is done in this one tool, and it started like everything else. It started off becoming like an AI tool when AI started taking over. And so you get that one tool, and then that's going to handle all of your marketing suite. Everything that you're going to need is in this one tool. Um, and there's really just two tools that I'm using right now that I'm actually paying for and subscribing to, that I'm paying, well, I get only the two that you need. I pay for a couple other ones, but that's not the point. So, let me just check this. Let me just double check, make sure the sound's still working. I get paranoid. Sorry. Boop boop. There you go. Okay, yeah, it's still working. You don't have to be paranoid. So I use this, and then the second tool that I use is called Descript. And oh, by the way, like I have a snap. This second thing right here. It's a snapshot. So you could go to this tool, which is high level. It's a big tool. And what I have done is I've put together a snapshot where uh, I've kind of done all the work putting together like the framework of what you'll need to just copy what I'm doing. So if you wanted to just copy my niche and just market the same stuff that I do, hey, there's plenty of room for everybody. Then you could always just grab the snapshot. And then I post a lot onto Facebook pages because you could repeat post the same stuff onto Facebook pages, and Facebook Meta doesn't care. Same with Instagram. So I have a video just showing you how to do that, and then YouTube is an important one, but you can just post once on YouTube, and then just a couple different tools. But one that I use for editing is called Descript, and that's this one right here. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, I'm not on that right now, but it's this one right here, and it is a tool. I'm going to go through a little bit of the editing process. I did a video. I was working on this the other week, and I got busy over the last week because of some work that I was doing. But now I'm going to finish this today with you, so you could see my process. So first off, all that I did is I screen captured. This is a video about a platform called Jupiter. It is a DeFi crypto platform. Again, this is just me making content with AI because I monetize this channel with an email automation, which goes to um, this landing page here. It looks very similar to the other one. So same template. You could put whatever, like that's why I say you could take the snapshot and you could add whatever you want into it. You could add whatever niche you want. You can have ChatGPT rewrite it for you, whatever works for you. Um, uh, so what I do is I take the screen capture, and then I record. And in this case, I'm not on camera on this particular channel because I have two channels that I work on, the one that I'm streaming on right now, as well as the DeFi one. I keep them kind of separate, but they all revolve around making passive income, but different strategies. One's more AI affiliate marketing, and one is more AI crypto, DeFi stuff. Um, but what I do is I just take the file. So I upload. So here's the two video files that I put. I just drop them in here, and then I just watch through them and basically run a couple AI tools that will clean it up. And this video file was what, like 45, 50 minutes long when I started, and then I hit a couple buttons and it got me down to like 10, 15, like 15, 20 minutes, cuts it in half just with a few buttons, saves you so much time. And then I drop this this animation, kind of like this waveform, which is best like under the closed captions, and then I add actually the closed captions because I like them burned in. And then the next step that I do, I also add in the music, and you could also go deeper dive and add in sound effects if you choose to. It's all completely up to you. Um, see, da-da. Okay. Um, so now what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go through this video and do the next step. So what I do is I'll just watch the video. Let me make sure you could hear it. Ah, every time that I do this, it's frustrating.
Politics. And if you
That,
call it right,
there we
the
go.
payoffs could be pretty
Let me
wild.
make sure
In
that
this
you
video, I'm
hear
going to show you
this
how it
before I
works, how to read the
move
odds, how
on.
to place your first prediction, and how to avoid the mistakes that most people make when they jump in for
There
the
you
first
go.
time.
1 second.
And if we were meeting for the first time, my name is Dunk, and I help you find ways to make passive income with
It's too
DeFi.
much. So
And if
okay,
you
so
wouldn't mind just smashing that like
it's
button.
working with the audio, so that's good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the beginning. Now, all what I do now, the video is 11 minutes and 44 minutes long. So I went down from a 45, 50-minute file that I just screen captured. I drop it in here. This is again Descript. If you look down below, you could see the direct link to the tool. It's Easy AI Edits. Also, anything I'm referring to is in the description. And if you want to get started with actually monetizing this and making money with your content, go to startlistnow.com, and you can go grab Actually, I didn't even put the right stuff. Startlistnow.com is for high level, and then AI Profit Checklist will bring you to my like the actual landing page, which will give you access to my blueprint on how to do this. It's pretty straightforward. So okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm just going to go through this. Let me just double check again. I go get paranoid that the audio is going to cut
Jupiter
out,
just rolled out a
but
full prediction market, and
okay, we got the
honestly, it's
audio
one of
coming
the
through. Good.
coolest features
All right,
they've
so
had.
now all what I do is I just go through the whole thing, and it's as simple as so with Descript, when you do a cut, it's got this thing called smart transitions in between each one. So I always like the first one to be cut out because I don't, yeah, okay, I've already done it. But in between here, it has things called smart transitions. So smart transition, you could also add in a particular type. But all what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch through it, and anytime that there's something that I need to zoom in on or anything like that, I'll just simply do that. And then this is another chance for me to kind of proofread it or proof watch it. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to watch through this video, and anywhere that we need to like zoom in on something or whatever, I'm just going to go through that. So this is going to take me like 20 minutes to get through. So hang out with me while I get through this, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next.
Jupiter
All right.
just
You can see how easy it is to actually create content like this.
Jupiter just rolled out a full prediction market, and honestly, it's one of the coolest features they've added. You can place predictions on sporting games, things.
So here. It's as simple as this. Please do not overthink this. It's just so freakishly simple. Okay. And a lot of the stuff that I'm doing here, it's a lot for just neural stimulation. It's getting people to actually go, oh, something's going on. So there we go. And we're meeting for the first time. So we go from there. So even this part, so I added in these animations. And okay, so let's dive in. And a lot of these little motions are just to keep the viewer engaged. So I don't like that transition there. So I'm just going to make that into a cut. Sometimes like these ones like this. Boop, 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 boop. Easier than it looks. Easier than it looks. To edit using AI tools like Descript, it's just so freakishly easy. And they swap. It's the all-in-one platform on Solana. They swaps, and you see how that zoomed there. So here, I kind of want to. There we go. See, that one I had to cut, and I don't want it anymore. So just didn't need it. See, I'm about a minute in right now, so you can see how quickly I'm getting through it. Yeah, I could just, you could also just do this. So I'm going to grab this, hit copy, and then I wanted this to be the same. So I paste attribute and I get the same zoom. There we go. So we go here, and I'm going to copy this. we go. And you can come here to properties and you can zoom in even more. So I can go to like 10,000, go here. And see, I don't like that zoom there. I just want it to be a cut. And just go through it pretty quick. And sometimes I don't have to zoom. Go, boom. And I do that. Pretty. See, when they don't actually, the zoom doesn't make as much sense when it's the other one. And then I like this to be a little bit bigger. Huh. Oh, that was right. That's right. That was a weird glitchy thing. See, now I'm talking about there. See, we're almost 3 minutes in out of 11. Here we go. 10,000. And it's just really just cleaning it up at this point. Yeah. Turn this into a 13, 15. Go. And again, you don't have to go as like crazy about zooming in on things as I do. I just like it. Uh, Again, you do you, but that's just what I do. Go. I have it there. Okay. More. Sure, everything's still going good. Ah, it's doing this stupid stuff with the audio again. You guys can't keep on hearing. I'm really frustrated with why this window capture. Right now.
5 USDC, just so I can show you as an
That's so
example.
weird.
So I'm gonna hit withdraw. I'm gonna get a pop right here. It's gonna deposit 5 USDC into my wallet.
Okay, where did I get leave
Withdraw,
off?
and I'm just gonna grab 5 USDC.
Oh,
I'm just gonna grab 5 USDC, just so I can show you as an example. So I'm gonna hit withdraw.
this is the probably one of the more tedious parts.
I'm gonna get a pop right here. It's gonna deposit 5 USDC into 5 USDC into my wallet, and it's going to burn this other token and charge a small gas fee. Make sure that you are signing with the right website, jupe.ag, and hit confirm when you are ready. My withdrawal was
It's a weird, kind of jumpy, so
my withdrawal was
there you go.
my withdrawal was successful, 5 USDC. I can click dismiss, and once the wallet refreshed, it has deposited 5 USDC back into my wallet. So now let's go over to predict. Again, now let's go over
Let's make this correct. Girl. All right. There we go.
the wallet.
Go. See, it's coming along quickly. Okay. Okay. Let's take Los Angeles. Okay, so I won't actually have to zoom here. And a lot of the zooms, they have two purposes. They're really just to A, help people see what you're doing better, and B, create like a neural interrupt where you don't realize that there's been like your brain gets bored too easily. Geez, what's the deal? Like it keeps on cutting out the audio. It works and then it stops. I gotta figure out another audio solution. This is not ideal.
Cents after fees, so I would be buying 6 contracts.
Okay.
Yes, the total size is actually $4.26 after fees, so I would be buying 6 contracts. But my payout would be $6, so I would actually make about $1. We could look at other markets like crypto bets. How high will Bitcoin get in 2025? How high will Bitcoin get? Markets like crypto bets. How high will Bitcoin get in 2025? Well, at least during the week that I am recording this video, Bitcoin has been crashing. Will Bitcoin get in 2025? Well, at least during the week that I am recording this video, Bitcoin has been crashing. So the odds of it hitting $130,000 per Bitcoin this year is very, very low. So for that same $5, you would be able to get 39 contracts.
There we go. See, it's coming along
Low.
almost halfway done.
So for that same $5, you would be able to get 39 contracts. And if Bitcoin did hit $130,000, you would actually walk away with $39, effectively making you about $34 in profit. And of course, there's plenty of things in politics that you could bet on, everything from the Democrat or Republican Democrat or Republican nominees in 2028, all the way to who.
And here's the way you can just copy. I'm gonna just do this, paste, and then I can do.
The Democrat or Republican nominees in 2028.
See, it adds just some motion. Doing that stupid thing again with the audio.
And make some money. So I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly who Trump's going to pardon or who's going to leave his cabinet. If you actually keep up on what's happening in politics, this might
And I don't like the commas in my
be a good
closed
way for you to
captions.
actually take that knowledge and monetize it and make some money. So I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly how to set one of these up. Let's do it for sports betting. There is soccer, NBA.
Okay. Seeing we're about halfway through right now. That didn't take that long.
Soccer, NBA, the NFL, F1, and UFC. Well, let's go back to our example right here where we had Los Angeles versus Orlando. Instead of doing this all myself because I don't know everything about all of these sports teams, I go ahead and I take a screenshot of my screen. I'm using a free Chrome extension called Go Full Page. Then I'm just going to download the image. Then I'm going to come over to ChatGPT and I'm using a custom.
There we go.
Come over to ChatGPT and I'm using a custom GPT called Stacker Agent GPT, which I use a lot anytime that I'm doing anything with crypto on the Solana blockchain. And then you could ask it basically any very
Then what I'll do here, nope, boop, boom. Then I move it to the top. Oh wait, I didn't want to do that. I want to do it for this one. There we go.
The Solana blockchain. And then you could ask it basically.
Take this. A lot easier than you'd think.
Which I use a lot anytime that I'm doing anything with crypto on the Solana blockchain. And then you could ask it basically any variation of this. I just said, how should I bet on this game to have a higher odd of making a profit? I'd rather have more small wins, meaning that I don't want to be wiped out all of my capital, all of my liquidity right off the bat. I want to be able to recover. So let's go ahead and hit return and see what it gives us. All right, so now it's giving me some information.
1 second. All right, let me just double check this. Am I not live? Is it not streaming? I don't know if it's still streaming. Let me check something real quick. 'Cause I might just be streaming to a wall or nothing. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know if I'm live right now. Oh, I am live. It's just not showing on mobile for some reason. That is odd. Okay, paranoia relieved.
Some of the stuff we already knew. Orlando, 69% chance. Yes.
Okay, go back. Okay, back to
Agent
it.
GPT, which I use a lot anytime that I'm doing
Again, we're
anything with
about halfway
crypto on the
through.
Solana blockchain. And then you could ask it basically any variation of this. I just said, how should I bet on this game to have a higher odd of making a profit? I'd rather have more small wins, meaning that I don't want to be wiped out all of my capital, all of my liquidity right off the bat. I want to be able to recover. So let's go ahead and hit return and see what it gives us. All right, so now it's giving me some information, some of the stuff we already knew. Orlando, 69% chance, yes. And Los Angeles, 33% chance, yes. 33% chance, yes. There is a lot of liquidity in this market, which is 1.33 million, which means that there is low slippage risk. And then there is the market bias. Orlando heavily favored. Los Angeles is the underdog value play. So you may have a different risk tolerance than I do. Maybe you say you want to put it all in. But for me, I'd rather just lock in my win, lock in my 20, 30%, and be able to use that in the next bet or the next thing.
So this is a little bit longer than I like. So when I want to break it up, all I do is like, see, it's the same information, but then I just add a little motion. I really don't understand why OBS keeps on cutting the audio out. It is just beyond me. Like, and then this
You
works.
word is going to affect the strategy that it's going to present to you. It's giving me a couple suggestions. And again, this is sports. You may have some insight on how well the team is going to perform. So do your own research on that as well. So there are a couple different options. So you could say no on New Orleans. You could say yes on Los Angeles, which is the same.
So I guess like my biggest strategy with this is just focus on what's I hate it when there's just like only like when people only have like their videos just a screen capture and you could never
So there are a
see
couple
anything.
of
It's
different
not
options. So
zoomed
you could
in or
say
anything.
no on New Orleans. You could say yes on Los Angeles, which is the same thing. So it's giving some suggestions. But let's just go over here and place some bets just so we could see how it works. Let's drop 1 USDC.
See, we're already almost to 8 minutes out of 12. Boom. We're getting there. Go. Oh, what's up? So I'm just figuring out the seeing the chat now. What's up, Jilly? Good to see you. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me while I get some work done. What's happening, Jilly?
Let's drop 1 USDC. And if I said yes, it would be 69% chance or 69 cents. So let's go ahead and place this order. I'm going to hit buy yes, win $1.
I hate these commas, but if I delete them all with AI,
Get my pop up. I'm going to hit buy yes.
okay. So I want this.
So let's go ahead and place this order. I'm going to hit buy yes, win $1. Get my
So I want this a little smaller. It's all good stuff.
USDC and then the 1 SOL. Hit confirm. And now I can go down here to my order book and I have.
And where is it? There we go. I can see the confirm.
And then the 1 SOL. Hit confirm. And now I can.
And now I come down to my order book and zoom in a little bit. You can see my order book. I'll just bump it up a little like that so you can see
It's going
better.
to give me $1. That position has now been filled. And we can see now it's just going to fluctuate until I confirm. And now I can go down here to my order book and I have 1.
There we go.
And now I can go down here to my order book and I have 1 buy that cost 71 cents and it's going to give me $1. That position has now been filled and we can see now it's just going to fluctuate until I
Zoom out a little bit on this one. Just a hair. Go to 8,000. 7. Let's go to 7,000. There we go. That looks good. That was better. Oh, no. 6,500. There, it's better.
that position has now been filled and we can see now it's just going to fluctuate until I either lose it all or I get my profit. Now you could also vote no, which is very similar to voting yes, but you could see that if I say no, it's going to cost me 32 cents per contract, while if I said yes, it would cost me 33 for basically the same thing. So I might as well do the no on Los Angeles instead of the yes. So let's just grab 1 contract right here. It's going to cost me 68 cents. Now, one thing to note is that I do actually have to buy 2 contracts because you have to enter in at least $1 right.
Okay.
And I put now just buy the 2 contracts, which is 68 cents.
Okay. There we go. Boom. Let's do it again.
I put, say, 50 cents. It would say I need to have a minimum $1 deposit. But now it would just buy the 2 contracts, which is 68 cents, and that would be $2. So I am basically risking 68 cents, and I would win $2 if that works. I'm going to go ahead and hit buy. Got my pop-up. Got my pop-up.
Go. Got pop up.
It's going to subtract $1, and there's a small Solana. And then I've got some rent, and I hit confirm.
Well, gee. There we go.
It's going to subtract $1, and then I've got
Weird audio gap there. There we go.
going to subtract $1, and then I've got some rent, and I hit confirm. There we go. We have our order placed, and when it fills, it will go over here to position. Confirm. There we go. We have our order placed, and when it fills, it will go over here to positions. There we go. It just filled. And look, the odds just adjusted, so that will fluctuate. And as this goes up and down, I could always just close this. So maybe this goes into profit. I could close that, and I would just either lock in my profit. I don't have to see it all the way to the end of the game, whatever the odds are. But if you do, then you get the whole amount. So you don't actually have to wait until the game is over or it's complete. Again, I could always just grab.
Again, like a lot of the things, I'm just creating motion in the image.
The game is over or it's complete. Again, I could always just grab this. It's a better deal, 68 cents than the 70. If I wanted to do that, I'm going to go ahead and hit buy. Again, a pop-up, hit confirm. And now I have my order, and now I just have to wait. I could either cash out when the odds shift in my favor, or I could go ahead and just wait until the game's over, and I'm either going to make some money or I'm going to lose some. Either way, this is how you do the prediction markets on Jupiter. Now from Jupiter's prediction market homepage, you can go to
Almost done with my zooms. Almost done with my zooms. Boom, boom.
you can go to market homepage, you can go to my positions. Market homepage, you can go to my positions. It's going to show you all your positions right here. Once those are done, they're going to end up in history. And if you want to learn more ways to make passive income with DeFi, make sure that you go to DeFiEarner.
Bigger words.
DeFiEarner.com. Once you're there, I'll give you my 7 simple steps to turn crypto into daily passive income. Everything is beginner friendly, so make sure that you head over there and grab the free resource right now. And it really is that easy to start betting on all sorts of things, sports, crypto, politics, over on Jupiter's prediction market.
Ooh, see, those little things like that. Like, see, now I could shorten that. Another thing that I missed before.
Market. Prediction market.
Ooh.
Market. You could do it with as little as 1 USDC or
Be a number.
1 USDC or less even. And after the event is over, you just come over here to my positions, and we can see that 2 of them, the no on Los Angeles one, the yes on Orlando. So the odds were correct that Los Angeles was
Go. So let's zoom in, give a little variation here.
2 of them, the no on Los Angeles one and the yes on Orlando. So the odds were correct that Los Angeles was going to lose and Orlando was going to win. So those are the bets that I won. Now the other example that I placed, which was no on Orlando, lost. And that means that I lost 100% of that position. Each of these contracts, all I need to do is come over here to claim, click claim, and it's getting contracts. All I need to do is come over here to claim, click claim.
So come over here to claim, click claim, and then I'm just an OCD. Like, you do not have to go as crazy about this stuff as me. I make the video that I wish that I found. So if I wish, like, I wish this was clearer in more videos. And then we do this. Boom, boom, boom. Done. So there's that. Good. Boom. And then I take away that zoom at the end because I want it to cut. And if you're not going to add in an avatar, like say you did this and you're on camera and you got your face in the corner or whatever, you're done at this point. You know, your video is pretty much done. You got to proofread it or proof watch it or whatever you want to call it. And make sure that everything is good. So what I got to do now is I just need to rewatch it. But then there's something else that we're going to do. Another step that I do, you don't have to do this. I use a tool called Adobe Character Animator to create my animated little PFP avatar character. Part of the reason why I do that is because people find a better connection with somebody when there's somebody on camera. So if you don't want to be on camera yourself, you can create like an AI avatar. You could do this all sorts of different ways. What I'm doing is I'm using a tool called Adobe Character Animator, and I'm creating kind of a puppet. But another thing you could do is you could use stuff like HeyGen, things like that that are going to you could create a character in it with AI and then animate the face and the mouth with HeyGen and make it look realish. And there's so many tools out there. It doesn't even have to be that one. Um, I mean, like you see what's going on with like Sora 2 nowadays. It's pretty crazy. Um, Cool, let me there. But what I do, I'm just going to walk you through it real quick. So um, I'm going to proofread this first because I need to make sure that I need my audio track locked in at this point. So I'm happy with this video. I'm happy with everything that's going on. I just need the audio track locked in. So I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to give myself a little bit here. Go back to the beginning. Should publish that just so it starts rendering. It's going to have to re-render it anyways. So now I just go back to the beginning, and now we're at 11 minutes and 39 seconds. So I'm just going to play this the whole way through. If I do notice something that needs to be fixed along the way, like a little glitch that I find, then I'll fix it. And I usually do this, and this gets me through the whole entire thing. But the thing that's important is that I can't change the length of the video after this point, or at least I can't make it longer. I can cut things out if I want to, but I can't make it longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to watch through this, and to take about 12 minutes to watch through. And when we're done with that, we can go on to the next step. Okay, at the beginning, and I just double check and make sure that everybody's. I'm going to keep this here so I can make sure that everybody can hear. So frustrating. I got to figure it out. There's an audio. I have a Mac, and I think that's the issue. It's Macs are a little bit more high on security with sharing audio on your computer, like system audio. So I think that's the issue. So I'll figure it out. There's workarounds. Okay, I'm gonna watch through this now. Of course, when I'm gonna do that, the audio stops working for what I was trying to show you. Can't win. Yeah, I think I just need to do an audio like loop back. Is what I. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's frustrating. Let's see if that fixed it.
Jupiter just rolled out a full prediction
Okay,
market, and
I'm just gonna
honestly,
watch
it's
through it.
one of the coolest features they've added. You can place predictions on sporting games, things like crypto and finance, and major world events like politics. And if you call it right, the payoffs could be pretty wild. In this video, I'm going to show you how it works, how to read the odds, how to place your first prediction, and how to avoid the mistakes that most people make when they jump in for the first time. And if we were meeting for the first time, my name is Dunk, and I help you find ways to make passive income with DeFi. And if you wouldn't mind just smashing that like button, subscribing, and ringing the bell, it really does help tell the algorithm to share these videos with more people so they can learn more ways to make passive income with DeFi. And just as a friendly reminder, I am not a financial advisor and I do not give financial advice.
There must be some sort of timeout because this audio cuts out like after a minute. It's something. I gotta figure it out. I'll figure it out. Sorry. I just want you to hear it.
Way more different categories. But again, this is just getting started. Jupiter's prediction market is actually powered by Kalshi. And since Kalshi has a whole bunch of other different categories, I'm sure they will find their way onto Jupiter eventually. First, you're going to need to connect your Solana wallet. I'm a fan of both the Phantom wallet and also Jupiter has their own wallet as well as their own mobile app, so you could always just go with the Jupiter wallet. It does have a lot of perks when you're using Jupiter. Now, once you have your wallet installed, you're going to need to fund it with some Solana and some USDC. And if you are using the Phantom wallet, you could buy Solana and USDC directly from the wallet. If you're looking for a centralized exchange, Coinbase is always a good go-to exchange. And as far as centralized exchanges, they are relatively trusted. But personally, I don't usually keep my funds on these exchanges. I only use them to either buy crypto or sell it and turn it back into dollars. And I actually don't sell my crypto very much anymore back into dollars because I use things like the Cash Card, which you get at mydeficard.com. It allows me to take USDC or other stable coins and put it into this prepaid Visa debit card. Then I could spend it on bills or anything that I want, basically anywhere that Visa is accepted. This part is still coming soon. They are adding in a savings account, basically giving you an online bank that gives you a higher percentage yield, 4.5%. If you want to try the Cash Card, I will drop a link to it in the description of this video. In my example today, I'm going to be using the Jupiter wallet, but it functions the same way as the Phantom wallet. But I need to have some Solana to pay gas, as well as some USDC to place my bet. I already have some Solana in my wallet, but now I just have to come over to Jupiter and connect my wallet.
Looking good so far.
I'm using the Jupiter extension, and now my wallet's connected. And I'm going to grab a little bit of USDC out of Jupiter Lend. Come over here to Lend. I have a couple USDC right here that I can go and grab and show you how to place a bet over here on Predict. To pull my money out of Jupiter Lend, all I need to do is click it, come over to withdraw, and I'm just going to grab 5 USDC just so I can show you as an example. So I'm going to hit withdraw. I'm going to get a pop right here. It's going to deposit 5 USDC into my wallet, and it's going to burn this other token and charge a small gas fee. Make sure that you are signing with the right website, jupe.ag, and hit confirm when you are ready. My withdrawal was successful, 5 USDC. I can click dismiss, and once the wallet refreshed, it has deposited 5 USDC back into my wallet. So now let's go over to Predict. Again, there are sports, crypto, and politics. And under sports, we have soccer, we have basketball, we have the NFL, American football, we have F1 races, and then we even have fights like UFC. Now, how does this actually work? Let's take Los Angeles and Orlando as an example. Orlando has a higher odd to win this game, 69%, and Los Angeles has a lower odd at 33%. So every contract that you buy will cost 69 cents or 33 cents. You could also bet no, which is a different contract, but
so far.
Basically betting on the same thing.
Yeah, it didn't glitch this time.
32 cents that Orlando will lose, or 68 cents that Los Angeles will lose. So in the Orlando at 69 cents example, you would buy every contract at 69 cents, and if they win, you would get $1, meaning that you would get 31 cents for every contract that you buy at 69 cents. Now, if you wanted to bet on Los Angeles to win, you would pay 33 cents for every contract saying that Los Angeles was going to win. If they win, the contract gets sold for $1, meaning that you'd make 67 cents per contract that you bought. So if I put $5 on yes, the total size is actually $4.26 after fees, so I would be buying 6 contracts. But my payout would be $6, so I would actually make about $1. We could look at other markets like crypto bets. How high will Bitcoin get in 2025? Well, at least during the week that I am recording this video, Bitcoin has been crashing. So the odds of it hitting $130,000 per Bitcoin this year is very, very low. So for that same $5,
little glitch that I
be
want
able
to
to
fix.
get.
This is more of a OCD thing for me. Let me fix that. There we go.
Very low. So for that same $5, you would be able to get 39 contracts. And if Bitcoin did hit $130,000, you would actually walk away with $39, effectively making you about $34 in profit. And of course, there's plenty of things in politics that you could bet on, everything from the Democrats.
Another one of my OCD things. Ah, fixed. Ah,
This all myself because I don't know everything about all of these sports teams. I go ahead and I take a screenshot of my screen. I'm using a free Chrome extension called Go Full Page. Then I'm just going to download the image. Then I'm going to come over to ChatGPT, and I'm using a custom GPT called Stacker Agent GPT, which I use a lot anytime that I'm doing anything with crypto on the Solana blockchain. And then you could ask it basically any variation of this. I just said, how should I bet on this game to have a higher odd of making a profit? I'd rather have more small wins, meaning that I don't want to be wiped out all of my capital, all of my liquidity right off the bat. I want to be able to recover. So let's go ahead and hit return and see what it gives us. All right, so now it's giving me some information, some of the stuff we already knew. Orlando, 69% chance, yes. And Los Angeles, 33% chance, yes. There is a lot of liquidity in this market, which is 1.33 million, which means that there is low slippage risk. And then there is the market bias. Orlando heavily favored. Los Angeles is the underdog value play. So you may have a different risk tolerance than I do. Maybe you say you want to put it all in. But for me, I'd rather just lock in my win, lock in my 20, 30%, and be able to use that in the next bet or the next thing that I'm doing. Put it into my trading protocols or put it into Jupiter Lend or put it into a perp or have Stacker Agent do some auto trading with it. Whatever I use it for, I'd rather not just get wiped out in one trade. However you word it is going to affect the strategy that it's going to present to you. It's giving me a couple suggestions.
right.
And again, this is
We're
sports.
getting
You
there.
may have some insight on how well the team is going to perform. So do your own research on that as well. So there are a couple of different options. So you could say no on New Orleans. You could say yes on Los Angeles, which is the same thing. So it's giving some suggestions, but let's just go over here and place some bets just so we could see how it works. Let's drop 1 USDC. And if I said yes, it would be 69% chance or 69 cents. So let's go ahead and place this order. I'm going to hit buy yes, win $1, get my pop-up. It's going to remove the USDC and then the 1 SOL, hit confirm. And now I can go down here to my order book and I have 1 buy that cost 71 cents and it's going to give me $1. That position has now been filled and we can see now it's just going to fluctuate until I either lose it all or I get my profit. Now you could also vote no, which is very similar to voting yes, but you could see that if I say no, it's going to cost me 32 cents per contract, while if I said yes, it would cost me 33 for basically the same thing. So I might as well do the no on Los Angeles instead of the yes. So let's just grab 1 contract right here. It's going to cost me 68 cents. Now, one thing to note is that I do actually have to buy 2 contracts because you have to enter in at least $1 right here or 1 USDC. See if I remove it and I put, say, 50 cents, it would say I need to have a minimum $1 deposit. But now it would just buy the 2 contracts, which is 68 cents, and that would be $2. So I am basically risking 68 cents and I would win $2 if that works. So I'm going to go ahead and hit buy. Got my pop-up. Going to subtract $1 and then I've got some rent and I hit confirm. There we go. We have our order placed and when it fills, it will go over here to positions. There you go. It just filled. And look, the odds just adjusted, so that will fluctuate. And as this goes up and down, I could always just close this. So maybe this goes into profit. I could close that and I would just either lock in my profit. I don't have to see it all the way to the end of the game, whatever the odds are. But if you do, then you get the whole amount. So you don't actually have to wait until the game is over or it's complete. Again, I could always just grab this. It's a better deal, 68 cents than the 70. If I wanted to do that, I'm going to go ahead and hit buy. Again, a pop-up, hit confirm. And now I have my order, and now I just have to wait. I could either cash out when the odds shift in my favor, or I could go ahead and just wait until the game's over, and I'm either going to make some money or I'm going to lose some. Either way, this is how you do the prediction markets on Jupiter. Now from Jupiter's prediction market homepage, you can go to my positions. It's going to show you all your positions right here. Once those are done, they're going to end up in history. And if you want to learn more ways to make passive income with DeFi, make sure that you go to DeFiEarner.com. Once you're there, I'll give you my 7 simple steps to turn crypto into daily passive income. Everything is beginner friendly, so make sure that you head over there and grab the free resource right now. And it really is that easy to start betting on all sorts of things, sports, crypto, politics, over on Jupiter's prediction market. You could do it with as little as 1 USDC or less even. And after the event is over, you just come over here to my positions and we can see that 2 of them, the no on Los Angeles one and the yes on Orlando. So the odds were correct that Los Angeles was going to.
All right. Close. Ooh, spot those little things.
Claim, and it's giving me a pop-up. It's going to give me my 1 USDC back. That first position was claimed. Now I just claim the other one. And it's really that simple to place a bet on Jupiter Prediction Market. So are you going to go over to Jupiter's Prediction Market and place some bets? Do you have a strategy that's working for you? Let me know in the comments. Again, my name is Dunk. Keep creating, keep earning passive income with DeFi, and I will see you in the next video.
All right, so pretty much everything was how I wanted, except for like some minor, very minor little things. So what I'm going to do is see the pop up right here. So I just render it. So I come down here to audio, and I'm going to export this in lossless wave. Again, actually, it doesn't really truly matter which one you do for this, but I just do lossless. It doesn't really matter. And I'm going to export it. It's the audio, just the audio file. So I'm exporting that. It's going to start the export. So now we got our export started. It's going to take less than a minute to export our audio. All right, just give it a second. We're going to get that exported, less 5960. It's okay. And then I'm going to show you my final part. And this is the little extra flavor to give it my personal touch, because on that channel, I'm not on camera as much. So um, all right, so I'm just going to go ahead and just save this real quick, like all my messy downloads folder. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. So now I'm going to come over here. I got back over here. I'm going to go and we're going to head over to, oh, not that one, this one, Adobe Character Animator. So this is part of the Adobe Creative Cloud. Now, I do believe that if you were able, all what I did is I took a mouth pack, like the mouth pack for which you can get free with Adobe Character Animator, and they even have them with the free version. In order to make a puppet, you need to have the pro version, which is part of Adobe Creative Cloud. But if you don't want to use your but if you don't want to use your like a paid version, you could pay 1 month, create the puppet, and then cancel it and use the light version, which is free. But what I'm using right now is the pro version. Which, but here I can just show you real quick what it looks like. But it there is a like a starter version that kind of like looks like this, but I am using the pro version. In that version, you just be able to import the puppet and then animate the mouth. And but I'm I have Adobe Creative, so I usually just use the pro one. What's this? Is this the right one? Yeah. So what I did is I took my puppet, which is this part, and I just took a, a background layer. So we have our scene, and then I just added in like a background, and I made it the like chroma key green. If you ever look it up, I actually, like I say, they have it already in here actually. So you could change the background if you ever just wanted to be a background like that, like this. But obviously we want to key it out, so I just take that, put it here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the audio that I had previously and my old puppet animation. So now I'm starting from scratch. So again, I'm not going through how to create this puppet in this live. There we go. Yeah, I'm not going to go through exactly how to create it. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go grab that audio file that we just created and just drop it into our project here. So now I have it up here in the top left corner. Easy peasy. You see I added the, oops. This does not look like it's updating. Something weird with don't understand it. Window capture, maybe? Okay, so it updated that stuff. I don't know why something's up with OBS. I gotta figure it out. So now I just drag this down to the bottom, and then I drag the puppet layer to match the audio, and then we come here to where is it? Set work area to selected, so it gives me the whole work area, and then we're going to come over here to puppet again, or not puppet, sorry, timeline, and we are going to come down here that says part that says compute lip sync take from scene audio. So now it's going to bring this up. This is just going to take less than a minute. Easy peasy, easy peasy. All right. Make sure everything's going good. Okay. That's almost you're not seeing the pop-up right now. It's all good. It's giving me a little a little thing where it's counting down. Get that good. 65%, 90%. All right. There we go. All right. So now it's done this. So now if you see the mouth is moving. Why is that? Well, what the heck? What just happened? Hold on one second. Why is this sounding like it's weird? What the heck is just going on right now? Hold on. Uh, the audio is going slow right now. I don't know what's. Oh, let's figure it out. I'm curious. I don't even know what just happened there. That was so weird. Oh, let me try that again. What the heck? I'm confused with what just. It was just doing the audio in slow motion. That's so weird. Hold on. It is so weird. Yeah, I don't know what I just did. That was so weird. Let me try it again.
Jupiter just rolled out a full prediction market, and honestly, it's
I don't know what I just did. I am so confused. I'm gonna I'm gonna quit this and reopen it. It was just like making the audio in slow motion for some reason. I don't know what I did. Oh, should go back to. All right, let's try it again. Not that. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. I am so confused with what I just did. Okay, Let me try. Let me see if this works. I don't know. This is the first time this ever happened. It's the first time, I swear. Let's just do this then. Get that lip sync, and then I'll export it and see if it's actually just so freaking confused. So it seems like it's lined up correctly. It's just weird that it was being like super. I don't know what I did to make it do that, but all right, let's just export this. So now I just export this. Like I don't know why that was just sounding weird. It's gonna be fine because we're not using the audio from this anyways. So I'm gonna export this. Just so you know, you need to make sure that your frame rate matches whatever your frame rate is in your video. I'm doing it 24 frames in my video in Descript, so you need to do it at the same frame rate. If you're doing it at 30 frames, you need to do it 30 frames. If you're doing it at 60 frames, you do it at 60 frames. I say 24 or 30 your best bet. 24 is more film quality, and 30 is more like television or a little smoother. So. It does not matter which one you do. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to paste a title. Boom, boom. I'm going to export, and this is going to take a few minutes to export this video, or this is it, because it is exporting an entire video now. So it's going to take a few minutes. So let's just we do while this is going on. So it's just exporting. You can't see the progress bar. Let me see if I could. I guess you can't still see it. I don't know. Display capture. Guess you'll probably see it if I do that. There you go. You see, I have a progress bar. It's going to take me like 5 minutes to export this. I'm exporting this at a high resolution. You do not have to. I just doing it at like 1080p. You do not have to do this at 1080p. It's little PFP. I'm just going over the top. But see, this is the thing that I've been frustrated with. I'm like keep on changing the display to window and stuff like that, and it was cut back the audio. I don't know what was going on. But yeah, so this is to take a few minutes. But now what we're going to do. So that's going to finish exporting, and hopefully it lines up correctly, and I don't have to deal with anything. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over to Adobe or to Descript. Let's make sure everything's boom. All right, hopefully that does everything for us. We still have 4.5 minutes until that's done exporting. Hopefully it everything works properly because otherwise I'll have to do it again. It is kind of funny that happens when I'm there, but it shows it's the right length, like the actual right length. So that shouldn't be an issue. So what do we do now? So okay, there's a couple things that I can go over with while that's exporting. So what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna drop it in here. But now, what do we do after the video's done? So when the video's done, we're gonna come. Let me make sure that I have the right way that you can see. Yeah, okay, good. So you see there in the corner, I click export. There's so many different things you could export. I can do the audio, got that there. Now we also have video, which I'm gonna update if you do Descript, it actually launches. I'll show you right here. You see it? It launches. So it launches a page that, so for instance, if you wanted to watch this, technically you can grab this link and watch it if you wanted to. Power to you if you want to take a screenshot. Um, but it renders it, and then if I'm ever say I'm doing work for somebody else and you're doing this as a job. Maybe that's what you're using Descript as a job. Easy AI edits, remember, or in the description. Then you could just go ahead and just say, I get to send this link to the person that hired me, and that's it. I've delivered the entire project. They've got the whole entire thing. They got the transcript right here, everything. It's all in one spot. It's pretty cool. But boom, make sure I'm back on the right page. I only have one screen right now. That's why I keep on going back and forth, just so you know. Okay, and we got 50% done on our export. And so other things that are here that are important to know about is other ways to export. You can do a local export, save it to your computer. You can also go directly to YouTube. There's all these other ones as well, if you want to go to all of these different sources. But the ones that I always download an export one, and I've figured out that especially if you start using things like stuff, see, Descript has a media library where there's stock footage videos, there's Giphies, there's images, there's Giphy stickers. You could use these things to, do whatever you want to your video. It's like spruce it up. There's also audio. And this is what I've actually had issues with in the past, where this is all cleared music, but then there's some sort of glitch on YouTube that says, "Oh, you have to make sure that you." This only had this on YouTube, that it says that there's this glitch where you need to that you don't have the rights to use a song, which you do. So I found that if you upload to YouTube directly, and this is actually recommended by Descript. If you directly upload to YouTube, it avoids a whole bunch of those problems. So just upload directly to YouTube from Descript instead of downloading it. The rest of the platforms, you do whatever you want to do, but with YouTube, I found that it's better if you do directly from uh, if you go directly from Descript. And then we have timeline, which this you may not need to mess with, but this is if you're ever say you're like I have Premiere and Final Cut and Descript. I know I'm crazy, um, but say I wanted to finish this off in Final Cut, I could export the project into a Final Cut package and then open it up in Final Cut. I could do the same thing for Premiere or DaVinci, whatever you want. So that's an option there. Then transcripts. This is a one that I do a lot with you could add with the using the transcripts to help me with like ChatGPT and help me fine tune my thing, or I can grab a transcript and say, hey, write me a description for this video, and I can just grab the transcript. I don't have to download files. I just hit copy. And if you want to just copy, simple, just hit text copy and you're done. And then the last one is actually the subtitles, which I actually need to download this anyway. So let's just go ahead and download this thing. It's something I'm going to need. So just download it, and then when I go to YouTube, I can upload the subtitle, and I have one extra thing like the captions that are cleaner and helps with SEO. SEOs, pardon me. Let's go check on this. 97, so it's just about done. Don't know what was the deal with that. Ta-da. Let's see. Okay, I don't know what the deal was. When it was playing through Adobe Character Animator, it was sounding like this, but now the export sounds fine. So it was just so weird. Okay, so what I'm going to do though is I'm going to come over here to project, and this is where I have my files, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to grab my PFP character, drop it there, and it is going to bring it in. It is going to start uploading it. Take a few minutes because I did do it in 1080p. Then what I do is I scroll up to the top. Here we go. We're at the very beginning. Go all the way to the beginning. Go to this timeline here. And then I take this and I drop this right here. And I want to make that I highlight it. I make sure that it's all the way in the very front. And then I click on it. Go down a little bit here. And then I go to effects, add effect, and I click on chroma key. And look, all the back's gone now. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to again click it. I'm going to go to properties, and let me make sure that the audio is actually playing so you know what I'm talking about. Do this again. Sure, we're.
Jupiter just rolled out a full prediction market, and honestly, it's one of the coolest
Yeah, you can.
features they've added.
So you hear how it's like
Predictions
doubling up on the audio? You don't want that. It's the same audio, so we just highlight that, and we're just gonna either mute it or just turn it all the way down. Now,
rolled out a full prediction market, and honestly, it's
there we
one
go.
of the
Sounds
coolest features.
great. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to this, and I'm going to create my default spot that I want my PFP character to be sitting. So I'm just going to shrink this guy down, and I just like he's just a character that I have here in the corner, and occasionally he'll like so you could see now when I play this,
Jupiter just rolled out a full prediction market, and
it talks along with my voiceover. So yeah, you could of course uh, take this file and make it or PFP and do whatever you want. Go as crazy as you want. But now, basically, the whole way I go through this video, no matter where I go, it defaults to that spot. Now, a couple spots I might want to tweak it a little bit. But what I do is I go here. I like to just make sure the beginning is a little bit more engaging. So
just rolled out a full.
I go here, like the first clip. So now I'm only affecting this first clip, not the whole entire thing. I'm going to go right there into the middle. I'm going to add a little animation. I'm going to go in. I would have him slide in. I want to go to the right. And then let's see. You can place. So if you want, you could always just copy it. If you wanted to make it be a slight change, like paste attributes. So now I'm just going to drag this guy back here. I want to shrink him a little bit. Right there. So now let's make this. Boom. This is more just, again, about creating some engagement, some motion. So when people click on the video, it's not boring. Stuff that is entertaining them. People don't just want to be educated, they want to be entertained. I mean, I get it. So now I go like, so do that. And again, this is just me doing my thing. You do however you want. Here's this. I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger in the middle. Okay, so that's basically what I do. I don't do much later in the video unless I have to, but I'm just going to watch the beginning again. Close caption. I just like it being capital. There we go. Of course, it's not playing any of the audio right now. Jeez. Okay, so you get the point. So now if I go through here, all what I need to do, so now all what I need to do is just go through these real quick, make sure that the closed caption doesn't get blocked by the PFP, which it usually doesn't. Dum, da dum. Good. There we go. Oh, good. I fixed that. 75. There we go. Things like that. That was a little bit big if I did the 100, so I needed to crop it a little or shrink it a little because of the 275 for that link for cast. But just a quick check. I already watched everything else. I will rewatch the beginning. So now I know. Oop, my OCD. Wait, what did I just do? Click something. Oh, there it is. There we go. They're looking good. Halfway through. There. Remember, I moved this up here just because I didn't want that. But look, now it's blocking some of the things that I want to say. So this is a good example of where I might just do that real quick. Make her a little bit bigger, just to give it a little variety. And now, for this one, it's like, and then at the end of that, it just goes back. Okay. Going through, going through, going through, going through. Okay. I'm looking good so far. Here, like this one is another example. Okay, I'll go 75 because that's a little big. Perfect. So my main CTAs are to DeFiEarner.com, which is my landing page, and then to mydeficards.com, which is a affiliate link. So that's how I'm monetizing, growing my email list, and then mentioning since Jupiter doesn't have any like affiliate program. There we go. One last check. We're good, and that's it. The video is done. We checked the beginning, and yeah, that's pretty much that's how the cookie crumbles. There we go. Oop, I just noticed a typo in the closed caption. Good, good. Can't catch them all. Can't catch them all. Unless they're Pokemon, you can't catch them all. That's what I've learned. So if I click this, so I hit update, and this actually it will update this. It starts rendering it again. So if I hit this now, it's going to be rendering it from the beginning again with the new stuff in it. Um, but then I can go to local export. I want this to be 1080p. You can do up to 4K, but my footage isn't in 4K, so no reason to me to do it in 4K. There's advanced features if you want. Make GIFs, whatever you want. Include the metadata, don't take it all out. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to export this. And yeah, that's all right. Here, let me bring this up real quick. I want to show something. Okay. All right. But that's it. That's basically how you do it. That's the whole entire process of creating the video. Just screen capturing and then creating it with your PFP character. It's now exporting to my computer. Um, and take 4 more minutes to export. But then again, you could just do the this method right here, which you can't see the thing right now. Um, Here, switch to this. There you go. So if you bring down your drop-down menu, you can go to YouTube and you could export directly to YouTube. Just sign into your YouTube account and it will export it. I recommend either having it set to private or unlisted when you upload it so you can schedule it. I like to schedule my videos out no less than 48 hours before I post them if I can. Like if it's any more, you should at least do 24, no less than that. It should always be at least that. Um, and then once that's exported, you could go and batch that out. But one other thing I want to show you before we wrap up. It was like you can go to AI tools, and then we go down. Now that this is done, we go to repurpose and create clips. Not actually, yeah. No, is it clips? I think it's clips. Yeah. What did that say? Yeah, it's clips. What is? So you click create clips. I'm doing like vertical clips. So I like this orange closed caption right here. And then what I do. I take that and then I make these clips 90 seconds long because you could post these clips on YouTube, you could post them on Instagram, you could post them on TikTok, you could post them on Instagram. Did I say already? You could post them on Facebook, you could post them on wherever you want. You can do that all through High Level as well. You can post them on X, but there's no High Level API connection between those because X's API is stupid expensive for no reason. So now what I do is I can just hit. I wanted 5 clips from here. So I can just hit submit. And now it's going to give me 5 auto-edited clips from this, which then I could go, when I post this on YouTube, I could post the clips that are going to send traffic to the long form video. So now I have one, two, now I click each one, or I can just go to project and they bring them in here. Like here's one, and it even has this. So I just have to reshape these things. I've done videos showing how I do this already. Sometimes it does grab the PFP, sometimes it doesn't. And if it doesn't, what I do is if it doesn't grab the PFP, let me grab the thing if it doesn't grab the PFP animation, I actually have, let me just drop it in here so you can see it. Um, Geez, it's like it freezes. All right, there it goes now. So what I did is it's actually kind of behind my camera, but I can bring it to the top. You can see it there. There you go. So see the thing I just brought to the top. It says dunk animation. If I add that in, so for instance, like this one right here, this particular one didn't bring in the PFP for some reason. I'm not going to go through all the trouble of doing anything. So all I had to do is just drag this GIF here, and if you take a look at the animation, All what it does is just add some motion to that's all it was. And I just had, you could just take that and go over here to properties and just say a loop, and then go here again to effects, effects, chroma key, put it where you want it. Now you have a loopable animation that you could throw on here, that will give a little bit of extra oomph to your, like a little breakup, so your short doesn't look like everybody else's. But that's it. That's now I have that piece of content. I'm gonna upload it to YouTube next. I have it so I could post it on other places. I'm gonna post on X or wherever I want to post my long form content. But not, yeah, it's Descript is takes a lot of the effort out of actually creating the content. It automates so much. So um, I'm going to continue making more content like this. I'm going to show you how I'm making it. Again, like my CTAs in this video were really to my two different, like, so I have my landing page, which is for the crypto site YouTube channel, which is defiearner.com, and then um, I had it one to DeFi, or my DeFi card goes to, yeah. So there's my two affiliate options, and then if you want to actually follow along, again, sure that you can see. If you want to follow along, go to AIProfitChecklist.com, and it will actually give you this checklist right here, which I'm actually always fine tuning it. If you do get it, just make sure you come over to File and make a copy, because I'm always updating this. So if you want to make sure that it is the most up-to-date version for you, go ahead and make a copy, and then if I ever make any updates, then you'll have the version that you wanted there. So again, thank you everybody for hanging out with me today. Let me know if you want more streams like this. Again, go to AIProfitChecklist.com to grab this checklist, which is going to help you clone what I'm doing, because again, it's about creating content and having AI make as much of it as for you as possible, or do as much of the work for you as possible. Take that content, automate creating it as much as possible, so it builds your email list through things like, again, like, you know, like our landing pages, wherever that one just landing pages, and through affiliate links, and then it goes into a funnel, which then we're able to market to that audience. But the key is that we need leads, we need traffic, and our traffic is going to come from using AI tools that basically generate us more leads that we could then sell to. So again, thanks everybody for hanging out. Appreciate it. Let me know if you like these streams, if you want me to do more streams like these. Again, keep creating, keep earning passive income, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.